What's up guys, welcome back to Monster Hunter World. I'm your host and guide, Mr. B, and this is part 7 of our series, Side Stuff. Huh. So, in between the last video and this one, I just did a little bit of running around just so you didn't have to sit through watching me do it. One of the things I did, you'll notice we're here at the smithy, I upgraded Gizmo's attack gear. I mean, check this out. After our fight with the Baroth, I was able to upgrade his loot to this badass hammer, and just comparing the two, comparing the damage compared to the loot, it's like tripled the melee damage, and the range damage has gone up as well. So this is just like a little pro tip. Like, obviously your focus will be on yourself, but it's a little pro tip there for you. You can gear up Gizmo as best as you can, and it's just going to give you a little tiny advantage when it comes to those big fights. So what else have we been up to? So first of all, again, following our fight with the Baroth, going to check in with the ecological research dude. And just show you another little handy hint. Again, since we've done a bit more research, our research level, especially on the Baroth after that fight, has gone up. But you can check your Monster Hunter guide here, and you go into the large monsters in the field guide. So here's the Baroth that we just took on. You can now, because of our research level, you can now see hit points, specific weak spots that the animal has, that the monster has, sorry. We're calling them monsters, not animals, can't humanize them. Also his elemental attacks, his ailments, and here you see the rewards that you're going to get if you take them down. So that's particularly handy to know if you're building towards, like, if you're like building towards an armor set or a particular weapon that needs those parts. It's just all good to know. So what else have we been up to? Well, accepting some side quests is what we've been doing. So first of all, I've got this one to capture a Kuluyaku. Sorry, the text is tiny on the screen that I'm looking at, so it's pretty hard to make out. The Cooler Shaker. But in order to do that, in order to capture it, we're going to need to make some traps. Now, the whole thing with traps and crafting, I'm going to get into later. But in the meantime, we've got this second side quest that we can be doing that seems nice and easy. Slay 7 of these Gaju creatures, which we haven't encountered yet. But a good chance to explore the Wildspire Wastes a little bit and check out some new enemy types. So yeah, we'll take that quest on. Why the hell not? Step away from the main story for a moment. You'll see that the our main quest is still there in the top right of the screen. I keep doing that, I keep saying it just as I'm using the lift. But there it is. So we can accept these side quests, and that main quest isn't going anywhere, but we can still go and do this, you know, just take a step away from the main story for a minute. And you know, you can do this if you're working towards crafting, or you just want to progress your research points. And yeah, this is how you want to do it. So we'll stop by and see Catman John. Just go through the available meal options. And veggie platter it is this time. Seems like a solid all-rounder. So once we get done again with that, I'm never going to skip it. It's too damn delightful. Bit of food, bit of beer. Good to go. So let's head out. Now what I've tried to do here is, just for the purposes of the video, we're going to be tracking a new creature. So there's going to be a little bit of exploration to do, collecting various items. But I've tried to sort of cut this down, really, just to the essential parts. So it's more of a fun watch. We'll just go through the key points of what we see while we're here in the Wildspire Wastes, on our way to taking down these new creatures. So first of all, there's this encounter with this weird little dude. That's all he wants to say. He wants to just give us this item. Now, the mistake that I made here is not clearing out some of this stuff into the item box before I set off. It's not a huge deal. It just means a little bit of dicking around in the menus. But anyway, so we just meet this dude here, and it's obviously just setting something up for later. So I just thought it was worth checking that in. So the next thing that I was looking at here, I was checking around the map, seeing if there were any clues for where to look for these enemies. And I noticed this little palico icon. So just checking around, nothing else really of interest there. I'm going to go check this out. Yeah, just scanning around the map. But this again, I mean, it was like a half-remembered thing. I was like, yeah, I know this is going to be worthwhile, so let's go check it out. It'll be worth it just for the vid, just to include it. And really not that far, so just didn't bother cutting this bit. Yeah, this is just a cool little thing to know if you see that icon on the map, especially if you're going to be heading into a danger zone. Now, what I'm trying to do here, and part of the reason why I did an exploration also, this all leads into the crafting thing, which I am going to explain very shortly. But again, I was looking for particular items which I knew I was going to need for crafting later. I mean, I will get into this momentarily, but in the meantime, let's go check out what's going on with this palico. Grab the ore. Don't have to worry about these monsters, because they docile as fuck. Right, so let's see what this little dude's all about. Let them have a little powwow. And that's all there is to it. Once your palico meets up with one of his buddies, then he joins your squad. So we've got an additional helper now. Okay, so just cutting forward to the next part of the vid here. This is just a cool little trick that you can use, kind of like a fast travel method for getting around the map. But these wing drakes, these little flying bad boys. Excuse me while I diddle around in my pouch. Ooh, God, that sounds terrible. While I swap some items is what I meant to say. But yeah, with the I'm just going to show you this cool little trick that you can do with the wing drakes. You using your slinger. Got some red pit for that to use as ammo. So I'm going to target one of these guys.
If you're clever,
hit him a couple of times.
To distract monsters.
Get him low to the ground. And you get this option here to hook on. So use your grapple there, grab onto this dude, and essentially, yeah, he's going to cart us halfway across the frickin' map. Which is pretty cool. I mean, it's just a cool little feature, really. Probably doesn't even get you there much faster necessarily, but super handy, and just a pretty cool little mechanic that you can use just to get around a little bit faster. So we got where we wanted to go. Into this swampy region. This is where we're going to be finding our Gaiju? Hoodoo? Voodoo. Remind me of the babe. Okay, so Paratoads, you can actually kick those guys and they release a poison. It's just a handy little thing for getting in a fight. But the thing that I'm looking around for here, and the reason why I'm just going to clear some space out of my inventory in a minute. This thing. Getting some sleep herbs, because we're going to use those to craft trank bombs. Now again, this all goes into setting traps. If you go back to one of the previous videos where I was complaining about not being able to use a trap, I think it was the fight with the Puke, and that's because that's my half memory thinking that I had something figured out when I didn't. The trap tool that I've got in my inventory is only for building traps. I still need to craft the damn things. I thought it was the full trap. Oh, look at this dude. Got a little dinghy. How cute is that? So anyway, I'm going to have to get the stuff to build some traps with the trap tool, and also these sleep herbs that I've just been collecting there, we're going to use those for making trank bombs. But before we get to any of that stuff, we found our monsters. So they're these big ass barracuda looking motherfuckers. Obviously water based, so we know we're in the right spot for finding them. So we only got 7 of these guys to take out. It doesn't look to me like there's 7 hanging around this area, so a little bit more exploring to do. But oh man, like it's almost embarrassing how easy this is, how easy this mission is. Like, they go down super easy, didn't even get any attacks in. Now it's just a case of rounding them up. So just while I'm in this area and I know they're around, I was just having a quick check around for any more of these sleep herbs. As I say, they're going to come in super handy. I'll show you what all that's about in just a second. Any more for any more? Any more of the creatures around? Not looking like it. Anything else worth collecting? Yes, there's another sleep herb. Alright, so let's just get into that. So we're going into our crafting list here, and here's all the stuff that is available for us to make. You remember I mentioned, I think in the last video, about being able to turn on auto crafting, and you can see it right there. You use the Y button to do that, or I guess whichever button, the triangle on you if you're playing this on PlayStation. But yeah, here's all the stuff that we can make. I've already have the mega potions and standard potions and antidotes auto turned on. But if you see this right here, this is why I've been collecting the sleep herbs. Already got parashrooms, got the sleep herbs now, so we can actually make those. Just going to need to clear some space out of this item box first. So really, stuff that we're not going to use anytime soon. Like this gunpowder, we're not using a weapon that uses it. So I feel okay with getting rid of all of that at this point in the game. I mean, shit, we can even buy it from the provisions manager if we need it in future. But for right now, it's all about just freeing up that space so we can make these trank bombs. So what we're going to eventually be able to do, and the reason why I'm making these at this point, what we're going to be able to do is once we've got the sufficient stuff for making the traps. I mean, we've got the trap tool, but I need to get some ivy for making pitfall traps, and thunderbugs, I think, for making shock traps. But either way, the end goal is to you fight a monster to the point where it's weakened, the stage where it starts limping and drooling and stuff, you know, trying to escape you, really. And you can either trap it on its way, or let it get back to its nest, fall asleep, set a trap right under it, wake that sucker up with a couple of trank bombs, and it's just going to knock him straight out, and the game will consider that a capture for you. So that is what we're going to be doing with the cooler shaker monster. Maybe next time, I don't know, we'll probably go back into the story for the next vid. In the meantime, just setting that up, a little bit of info there about how the crafting works, and setting that up for a future vid, because capturing becomes a really important part of the game if you want to increase all of your rewards. But in the meantime, just got to take out these suckers. Really not much to them, as I've said. Well, no more sleep herbs. seem to be around. No more of the Gaiju either. Gaju? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to have to come up with something else for that, because I don't like saying Gaiju. That is not good. Okay, so obviously I'm just sticking to these waterlogged areas, because we know that's where it's the only places they can be. And figuring once you've found some of them, then there's a good chance there's going to be more in the area. But again, just a really cool, like, you know, I touched on this in the fight with the Baroth, but the multi-terrain of the Wildspire Waste, yeah, it's really cool. A good opportunity just to do a bit of exploring here, but yep, we've hit the mother lode. So let's TCB. Taking care of business. I've been taking care of business. And surely. There it is. One more wallop. Now, I don't know why I did this, because they weren't even attacking me really. I could have spent this minute collecting as I am here. Instead, I just decided to go into berserker mode. Yep, take no prisoners. There will be no survivors. Yeah, about this point I was maybe should have stopped what I was doing and started doing some skinning. But, little too late, but yeah, they're all dead already. You need to sheathe your weapon there, bud. Well done. Wasted a valuable 10 seconds there. You know what, I could have cut all this out of me playing that like a dick for a minute, but what the hell, you're going to make mistakes. So that's our side quest complete. That was about, I think I cut that down by about half in terms of just all the kind of random running around and collecting stuff. But take our rewards. And our Palico rewards too. See, like, we didn't really get to show off there what was going on with the Palico assistants that we had, because I mean those enemies were so easy. He didn't really get to show off what he could do. But it's good to it's good to just be able to show off that you can do that anyway.
You look well.
So now we're back. Just quickly check in with the resources manager, because there's a delivery that we can finish. Get that dropped off, get a nice dice stake reward. That's still ongoing at this stage, so nothing really we need to worry about there. So what I'm actually going to do here is, this would have been a fairly short video, so I'm just going to combine it with a second part. So we're going to warp from here. Let me just get into warp mode. We're going to warp from here into the ancient forest and into a new area, just as a little bonus for the end of this vid. So you'll remember from I think it was part 4. Yes, hello again. You remember from I think part 4 where we started doing some exploring and we ran into this little old dude who tells you all about the Grimalkynes. Now, first of all, you can see here on the map the Rathalos, who I discovered prior to finding this little area. I found some research on it. Ran into the sucker himself, and oh boy, did I get the hell out of there. But he's like basically the biggest, baddest boy on the map, and we're gonna be meeting him very shortly. So, as I was saying, we met this dude who told us about the Grimalkynes and said, you know, look for clues. And while I was just exploring around in this very top area, so I started running into these doodles again, and you get messages from Gizmo saying, you know, I can. There's some Grimalkynes in the area. So I started having a little look around here. I was like, well, I kind of remember this very, very treetop area of the map, and I know there's stuff to be found here. So let's just do a little bit of exploring. Well, let me tell you, it's not up there, but something sure is. There he is. That, my friends, is the Rathalos. He is the biggest, baddest boy of the jungle. As will be told later, he's the apex predator of the ancient forest. And here's me thinking, oh, I'm just in this secluded little spot. Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Now, luckily, because of all these branches and shit, I don't know why he doesn't just go round. He actually, thank God, doesn't come after me. So I'm still free just to, although I've still got the panic music happening, I'm still free to do a little bit of exploring around here. Just double check he's not scooting around in hot pursuit. I'm just going to, yep, oh, this is, yeah, just another cool little thing, finding, I guess it's only in this very treetop area. But yeah, new type of flower there, just for the gearbox when we get back. I mean, this is kind of part of the pleasure of the game. Not something that I'm going to spend too much time on in the videos, because really, who wants to watch me just run around and try and find stuff? That's why I've just cut straight to this little section here. So first of all, we have this going on.
I think we could build the camp here. Let's ask the head honcho.
New campsite discovered. And that just let us know for next time there, and we'll probably do that maybe at the start of the next video. I don't know. We'll get to it, but it's telling us to go to the research center, the resource center when we get back, and they're going to have a request for us that's going to help us set up this third camp way up here in the treetops. It's going to be super useful, chiefly because of what it's right next to, which is where we're going to go right now. I'm still running around, making sure that Rathalos ain't coming to start no shit, because the the warning signal is still around the map there. He's still all pissed off. But a bit more exploring just around this vined area. Make our way down here. And like I said, thunderbugs, super handy. That's what we want. We're going to be using that to make some traps probably in the next video. But check this. So we've run into this little dude. And now it's a case of the heat is on, my friends. Just got to keep up with him. So he's going to lead us on this little crazy run around. Nope. Thought I had him there. He's just leading us all the way around this little treetop area, but basically back to where we started. So I guess if we'd have found him first, then he would now be showing us where this camp is. I'm just going to cut this because I didn't make that jump the first time, so just fell all the way back down to the bottom. I had to make all the way back up. Had to make my way all the way back up here just to catch up with him. But we're almost there, folks. He's obviously leading us somewhere key in the game. Where is it? Gotta be up here, right? Any clues, Gizmo? Thanks for the tip, bud. And all the way up here are the BugTrappers. So cute. And here it is. No, thanks, buddy. Alright, sweet. So, we've officially got these guys on side now. And get a little item off them as well. The Firefly Cage. Alright, sweet. So, again, we'll get into how that works in a future vid, but that's another tool for Gizmo to be using when we're out in the field. And essentially, now that we've joined the BugTrappers clan, then we've got backup. Yeah, dude. So we can, you know, as he said there, anytime you need help, you can call on us. And we're going to have some backup for our boss fights, which we might well utilize next time around. Because if we're getting back into story mode and got to go rescue that researcher from the field, then, you know, we're not going to be rescuing him from anything small. So, this has been a successful little mission. Up here in the treetops, we found this whole new area of the map. We know where the Rathalos nest now. We found a new camp area. And found the BugTrappers and joined their clan. So, for a little 10-minute bonus, I'd say this has been a pretty worthwhile trip. But, it's about all we have to do out here for now, so let's head back. Didn't really pick any items up of note on this expedition. It was all about finding that camp and those BugTrappers. Oh, not to mention the research on the Rathalon. Which, before we wrap things up, we're going to go check that out.
Head to the Wildspire Wastes.
Oh, Waddles! You miss me, buddy?
I missed you too. Who's a good piggy?
Oh, so adorable. Love you too, bud. Don't get jelly, Giz. Alright, so we made it back. We're here. Just before we quit out. Bringing things back full circle. Now that we've encountered this Rathalos, as I explained at the start of the vid, we can now go back to the ecological research bod, check our field guide, and sure enough, there it is. The Rathalon now appears. So, although he's in the guide now, we still need to get more research if we want that extra info, like where he takes damage and what his weaknesses are. So, you know, looking out for research evidence for him in the future. But for now, this is it, guys. It's been another great vid. I hope you've had fun. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next hunt. So everyone stay safe. This is Mr. B. Peace!